And, Coach, we find ourselves due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This fielded at the 2. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
At their own 13-yard line.
Let's go. 50, plant.
56. Pick me up. Here we go. Check out.
5.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
Now Saquon Barkley. That second down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Third play in this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Watch your slap. Watch your slap. Watch your slap.
Hey, Sam off. 52.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It's a first down following a gain of 3. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Check X3. 218, chop. Check. Shoot.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, 28 yards on the ground. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Ready. 15, 1. 15 1. Check three.
Now on second and 13. Jones. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. The safety blitz works perfectly that time for Landon Collins.
Let's get this. 56.
Here's Jones. Throwing on third and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Third and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 180. What we got?
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Tighten up. Check four. Hey,
Protein spill.
check. Fresno. Check 24.
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Good job.
They'll come up second and 6 now from the 24.
Second and 6. At the 24.
Play. Check 59, Mike.
They'll run with Geis. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to clear you up.
Here's Geis. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. And he will finally be taken down at the Giants' 21-yard line. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Redskins 7, Giants nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
First and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones, they'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Jones from the gun, he'll throw. He's going to fire one deep. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Check 99.
Under. Let's go. Great.
Lucky. Kill.
Chopper.
Go.
Down to hit.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
He's brought down by Jabril.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
It was a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
You can't block me. Back.
Go.
On 1st down, here's Love. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Check safety.
Recon, 152 fighter.
Hey, turn it up. Watch out. Shift.
3rd down, here's Geis. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this 1st half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that, because he's eating them alive in the 1st half.
Now a handoff, Geis going right, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0.
Redskins 14, Giants nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Hey.
Who's that? Mike's 56. Mike's 50.
Get it.
Now Jones on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
This is taken at the 18. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Washington. Well, he covered a lot of ground, 82 yards on the punt return. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0.
Makes the score Redskins 21, Giants nothing.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones opted to run for it. The decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Hey, team 6.
Jones now on 1st down. It's hauled in by Shepard. A gain of 6 there on 1st. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The Giants on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
56, the Mike, boy. 56. Check 56. Alpha. Check tight. Check tight. Mike 56. Mike 56. Hey. 56. Mike 56. Right there. 56. Check. Mike 50.
Rock it.
56. Hey, man.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And he fires one, but incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Hey, Zoo.
56, the Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
On 4th down, Jones into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Giant, Landon Collins. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
A Redskin first down, the pickup 15 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Foles. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
He's checking. Crash. 47's the Mike, boy.
61, matchbox lights.
Don't let him breathe. Play that.
On the ground, Geis. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Tempo.
50 seconds.
Easy.
It's just me and you. Under 10. 10.
Go.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Slam.
Again, Geis. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
He's coming.
They run with Geis. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Here's Jones on 3rd and 2. Got a man, Slayton. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Here we go. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Quick the edge, quick the edge. Come, come. .56 of Mike. Shoot.
They'll try and throw for it here. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180.
Watch the flood, watch the flood, watch the flood. Watch the flood, motion, flood.
Now Foles. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I'm coming after you. 49.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And oh, it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Dexter Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Hayden Scholes.
Foles. And this is caught. It's Parker. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive one of quarter three.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll run it again with Barkley. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Go! Look at me, zipper!
56! They can't hang with us!
Jones to throw on third down. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
6-6, pull it high.
You go tight. You got tight.
Go.
56.
Ready?
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Ready, break.
56.
Hey, Delta.
6. All right, T, let's turn. All right, T.
Greystone, travel.
56 is the mic. Here we go, D. Here I come.
Go.
Now Jones operating from the gun. And Tate's got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit. Under crunch.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Tight dog, tight dog.
Easy.
No. Off.
Good go.
This is Love. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Check.
Here we go.
From the 41, Foles. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards there, a first down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Throwing on 2nd and long. Foles. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Right in.
57's the mic. Record.
Now a run with Geis. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Darius Geis, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Throwing Jones. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
56 the mic.
Bravo.
Come off the ball hard. 56 the mic.
Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
First down.
On first down, Jones. And this is incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley. And that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Past the 20. That's complete to Slayton. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They start on the ground with Geis. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And how it turns out, it turns out.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check. Crunch. 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 Out. 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 Out.
They'll run on 1st down. Love trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Check. Pick.
That one looks like he'll throw here. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 22 yards there, a 1st down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Throwing on 1st down. Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. But it's going to be 2nd down.
Hey, exit.
90 is in Mike. Check out.
Here's Jones to throw again. Catch made by Slayton. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Hey, seam six. Now.
Jones on 3rd and 2. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points.